On the last day of 2025, the North American auto industry is reeling from a seismic shift. Canada has landed a staggering $40 billion investment from Toyota, one of the largest in manufacturing history. This isn't just a factory, it's an entire ecosystem for next-gen electric and hybrid vehicles. The announcement sent shockwaves from Detroit to Washington, D.C., upending assumptions about North American industry. Toyota's move signals a bold bet on Canada as its new North American hub. The investment covers advanced battery plants, assembly lines, and a major R&D campus, all within Canadian borders. For Canada, it's a generational win, tens of thousands of high-skilled jobs, and a leap forward in the green economy. The deal cements Canada's place as a global competitor for the world's most coveted projects. For years, the US was the default destination for such mega investments, thanks to its market size and incentives. But Toyota's decision to look north has shattered that narrative. It's forced a hard reassessment of US competitiveness in the electric vehicle era. The news dominated headlines worldwide, leaving executives and workers alike questioning what comes next. In government offices, officials are scrambling to grasp the implications for trade and industrial policy. This is more than a win for Canada. It's a pivotal moment that challenges the established order. The aftershocks will reshape economic fortunes across the continent for decades. The North American auto map has been redrawn. The race for the future of mobility just found a new frontrunner. Toyota's Canadian investment hit Washington like an economic earthquake. US policymakers were blindsided, believing their market size and incentives made them unbeatable. Billions in clean energy tax credits were supposed to guarantee American-made EVs. But Toyota looked beyond tax breaks, weighing political stability, labor relations, and supply chain security. Canada offered a more predictable, holistic environment for a multi-decade investment. The US political climate, marked by polarization and policy swings, created uncertainty Toyota wanted to avoid. Canada's multi-party consensus on industrial policy became a hard dollar asset. This moment is a wake-up call. Writing big checks isn't enough anymore. The US must now confront its vulnerabilities: trade policy, workforce readiness, and long-term stability. The Toyota deal exposed cracks in America's industrial armor. Competing in the new global economy will require more than just money. Canada's win wasn't luck, it was strategy. Federal and provincial incentives were generous, but also long-term and targeted. Canada offered workforce training, infrastructure, and R&D co-investments, signaling true partnership. Labor stability was key. Unions and government presented a united front, guaranteeing long-term labor peace. For Toyota, this meant predictable, efficient production, vital for lean manufacturing. Canada streamlined regulations, fast-tracking permits and construction, eliminating costly delays. All levels of government worked in concert, creating a seamless experience for Toyota. The pitch was about more than money. Canada's clean energy and sustainability goals matched Toyota's vision. This shared narrative elevated the deal beyond dollars and cents. The unbeatable formula: incentives, labor peace, regulatory efficiency, and shared values. Canada didn't just win a factory, it won the future. The world took notice. Canada's secret weapon: critical minerals. With vast reserves of lithium, cobalt, nickel, and graphite, Canada controls the building blocks of EV batteries. As the world pivots to electrification, secure, ethical supply chains are priceless. Canada offered Toyota a vertically integrated EV ecosystem: mines, processing, and manufacturing, all in one stable country. This slashes logistics costs and shields against global supply shocks. The US faces regulatory hurdles and local opposition to mining, while Canada's rapidly building out its value chain. Toyota's investment validates Canada's strategy. Supply chain security now trumps even the biggest tax breaks. Other automakers are watching and rethinking their own supply chains. Canada has turned its natural resources into a powerful industrial moat. The EV revolution's foundation is now firmly Canadian. In Washington, disbelief quickly turned to alarm. Lawmakers questioned how such a massive investment slipped away. Despite the Inflation Reduction Act, Republicans blamed regulatory red tape. Democrats pointed to a lack of national unity. U.S. auto unions saw the deal as a blow. Canada's labor partnership became a model, strengthening their own union's hand. The debate over right-to-work laws and union roles intensified. Trade experts worried about overconcentration of EV production in Canada and potential future trade friction. Quietly, talk began about revisiting USMCA provisions. The White House launched a full review, dissecting where the US fell short. The focus developed a more strategic, unified approach to attract future mega investments. The Toyota deal forced a moment of introspection. The US must now think like a true global competitor. The Toyota deal is a game-changer for North American auto jobs. For Canada, it means high-quality, future-proof roles across the EV ecosystem, from battery chemistry to robotics. The investment will ripple through supplier industries, logistics, and local services, anchoring communities for generations. In the US, anxiety is rising, especially in traditional auto regions. American workers now face stiffer competition, and communities must up their game to attract the next big factory. The race is on to upskill the workforce for the EV era. Mechanics must master high-voltage systems. Production workers need robotics expertise. Canada's workforce development model is now the template. For Mexico, the shift could disrupt established trade flows, pushing it to move up the value chain. Mexico may need to attract its own battery plants or invest in R&D to stay relevant. The entire continent faces a skills revolution. The region that adapts fastest will lead the next chapter of auto manufacturing. The Toyota deal has set a new standard. The future of auto jobs is being rewritten now. Toyota's move will reshape more than just the auto sector. It's a new test for North American trade. The USMCA faces pressure as Canada becomes a self-contained industrial powerhouse. US policymakers will scrutinize rules of origin and content values, wary of Canada's growing edge. This deal forces global boardrooms to rethink strategy. Is it better to consolidate in a stable country, even at the cost of incentives elsewhere? Canada's rise elevates it from partner to fierce competitor for high-value projects. The US may respond with more aggressive incentives and regulatory reform. Mexico will double down on its trade and labor strengths. Expect a three-way race for the industries of the future. Friendshoring will matter more than cost alone. Stability and supply chain security are now top priorities. North America could become a global model for secure, integrated manufacturing. But internal competition will only intensify. The rules of investment have changed for good. Toyota's $40 billion Canadian investment is a landmark that permanently reshapes North America's industrial landscape. Canada is now a powerhouse in the electric vehicle revolution, shattering the myth of US dominance. The deal proves that supply chain security, labor stability, and political predictability can outweigh financial incentives. US vulnerabilities are exposed, forcing a strategic rethink in Washington. The era of automatic US supremacy is over. A new age of fierce, strategic competition has begun. Canada's success creates a new center of gravity for the EV industry. The US and Mexico must adapt or risk falling behind. Expect more specialization, rivalry, and shifting trade flows across the continent. December 31st, 2025, marks the year the rules changed. Canada's masterclass in industrial strategy is a wake-up call for the US. The legacy, a more competitive, dynamic, and permanently altered North American auto industry. The race to the top is wide open. The future of mobility is being built right now.